So I don't want to do any video about this, but it seems like that Nigeria in me is just saying, no, you have to come and say something. You really have to come and say something. So I'll just make this quick, make this brief. Welcome to my channel again. This is Tony's Take. If you're first time here, please like and subscribe. I'm still trying to grow this page. I'm still trying to get into this whole YouTube thing. So please, your support is greatly appreciated. I would really appreciate if you just go on and just, like and subscribe. Give comments. Tell me how I should go about doing this. I'm open to ideas. I'm open to learning. I just want to make sure I perfect in this YouTube thing. That's why I'm being very careful with the amount of videos that I put out. All right. So Nigeria is out of the next World Cup 2026. Nigeria is out. So I'm Nigerian, even though I live here in the United States. I'm also an American. So in a way, I'm, some bittersweet because the United States is qualifying because we're hosting. So at least I have a country to support. But it's very shameful. My home birth country, my home country, my first country, Nigeria, we are out back to back. Last World Cup, I was saying this World Cup, well, I will still go because I have to support America. I mean, for goodness sake, I'm here. So I will still go watch, but I was really hoping to go and wear the green, white, green jersey and support our boys, but we'll get into that. The first thing I want to say is, this is the modern era. This is the modern era. Football is no longer by name. I repeat, football is no longer by name. We are living the modern era. Gone are the days when you bring two names, you already say, oh no, on paper, on this, on that, this name should qualify. It's not like that anymore. It is not like that anymore. I really apologize to all the countries that were paired in my group, because I did a video one time. If you go back to my channel, go through all my videos, you see where I did a video where I was mocking them. I was like, can you imagine we're playing Lesotho, Rwanda, this and that. It's not by name, bro. It's not by name. You have to take every opponent serious. Every opponent, you have to take them serious. You play because they also want to win. Everybody's training, everybody's learning, everybody wants to be a good player, everybody wants to win. It's not by name. They would say Nigeria versus Democratic Republic of Congo, and then you say, oh yeah, Nigeria should just win. If that's the case, then FIFA or whatever should just list out names and say, oh, the next World Cup, these are the names that will play. These are the names that should play. There shouldn't be any need for qualifiers. There shouldn't be any need for that. When people sit down and watch the World Cup and see how amazing the World Cup is, they tell themselves that next World Cup, I want to be there. They enroll, they try, they get into qualification. And then you think you can just come and walk over them. And just yeah, oh, these people know. It's not like that anymore. Go and see what's happening around the world. This weekend, I was watching one World Cup qualifier. Kazakhstan versus Belgium. In which world would you think that Kazakhstan will play Belgium? And you will say, no, this is going to be like a boring game, easy game. Go and see that Belgium struggled. They struggled. This is a team where you've had likes of Doku that plays for Man City, some big names. They struggled. They managed to come up with a draw. One. As a matter of fact, Kazakhstan scored first. 1-1 draw. When you call Kazakhstan, everybody knows Kazakhstan for one thing. I mean, forgive me, but when you call them the Kazakhstan, people say, oh, these people, do they even have stadium? They're happy. Kazakhstan. It's the same thing. It's going around. Go watch all the qualifiers. You see how teams were struggling Portugal, I think they just finally clinched their ticket because they play Armenia or something. But in a normal situation, you would think Portugal should have wrapped up a long time ago because they have like the Ronaldos, the Fernandes, and the co. Football is not by name. That is what killed Nigeria going into this World Cup qualification. We're looking at the names. Oh, Nigeria, giant of Africa. Giant of Africa. Lesotho, who are those people? Nah. Rwanda, who are those people? Nah. We should have wrapped up this in our qualification. If we were serious, we were gifted being in a so-called soft group. But no way. We took it for granted. We took it for granted. Now, we're given a second opportunity. A second take. You know, like when you're doing a movie, you say, take two, second take. So, okay, we really want you guys to come there. We'll put you through this route. We went with the same arrogancy again. Is it not Congo? I was watching so many previews. My favorite channel, Fan Tribe. I was watching them. And if you see the way they, before that's the preview before the game, if you see the way they destroyed Congo, you'll be like, oh wow. If it was like the way these people are saying, then there's no need to watch the game now. Just browse and look for the result and find out how many goals Nigeria will score. The way they were analyzing how Nigeria was going to destroy them. Football is not by name. Some of them were saying, we'll kill Congo 4-0, this one, that one. I was just like, and taking their word, I didn't watch the game because, you know, on Sunday here in America, we have this African church service every third Sunday of the month. So I went to church. I went to church at the time when they were playing. But something was telling me, still take time and see what's happening. So forgive me, Lord, but I will go out. I went into the bathroom. I'll look at the scoreline. I'll look at the game. Just a little bit. I'll go back into the service. I will tell you, I was not impressed. One time I was taking a peek, and if you see the way DR Congo were playing, you would think, wait a minute, are we playing Portugal or we're playing Argentina? I thought they said it's the Democratic Republic of Congo. They were playing us. They outplayed us. They were playing like real World Cup contenders. Nigerians didn't even play nothing. We could not string a pass, like three passes. Like, let me pass the ball to you. You give it back to me. I'll give it back to you. We could not do that. They could not string. And these are professionals playing in the best leagues in the world. Professionals. Football is not by name. Congo really deserve to win. They really, even though they might not win the World Cup, if look, partaking in it, it's a lot. It does a lot for your country. It does the monetary implication, the exposure. It does a lot for your country. That's one thing Nigerians don't know. That brings me back to those in the hem of affairs. You guys don't know. All you know is just fight for election. Let's create more states. Let's do this. Let's increase the governance. Let's do that. Let's do this. Oil. Everybody's moving away from those archaic way of thinking. Everybody's moving away from it. Only Nigeria is still stuck on the same way of doing things before. Sports is not the new thing. It's the new currency. Because it exposes you. It brings people to your country. If you do well, people talk about you. I remember back in the days, Argentinians, they still talk about Nigeria. Because they remember when it used to be Nigeria and Argentina. Nigeria and Argentina. Even when we won them, was it a Junior World Cup or was it Olympic or something? That's stuck in their brain. They couldn't let go of it. Every time you tell anybody, oh, I'm a Nigerian, they'll be, oh, wow, Nigeria. They will call those era. Not anymore. That's to tell you the power of sports. And I'm sure we have a Ministry of Sports or something or whatever, or portfolio like that. They don't take it serious. That's where this whole thing started from. They don't take it serious. It's not their priority. Nigerians, the youth, get this in your head. Sport is not in the Nigerian government, those in the helm of affairs, is not in their priority. No, it's not. Because if it is, you will tell me, how many stadiums do we have in Nigeria? How many? Functional stadiums. Stadiums that, yes, you could gladly beat your chest and say, people can come and play. Look at England. I'm sure Nigeria landmass size were way bigger than the United Kingdom. But see how many stadiums they have. Look how many stadiums they have. Their national stadium is there. Every club side, even everybody have a stadium. And they still have space. I went to the Emirates Stadium. At one time we visited London. We're passing through one narrow street before we burst out at the stadium itself. They have stadiums everywhere. Beautiful stadium. People working there. Selling things there. That's another avenue to create jobs. It's another way to boost the so-called unemployment that people crave about or talk about in the country. But how many stadiums do we have? They managed to build the one in Uyo. That's where they now use now. They will use and run it down. Lagos used to have 2 stadiums. I remember when I was back in Nigeria, when I was in Lagos, they used to have 2 stadiums. I wonder what these things are. I'm sure it's now used for hangout or hideout or whatever. Maybe churches have taken over the stadiums. How many states have stadiums? Rather, states, they'll be rushing. They want to build an airport. They want to build an airport. They want to build an airport. Yes, airport is good, but for goodness sake, there's something called order of priority. You know, as a country, football is a unifying factor. It unifies everybody together. It's something that brings everybody. Why don't you put a little bit of effort or prioritize it? Just 1%. 1%. Put it in it and see how it will go. That's why these boys are not patriotic enough. That's why they don't care. The way they stroll into the national team, the way they play, you could see their body language tells you they don't care. When I watch all these other international players, I used to think that, wait a minute, is this the same football that I heard the story? Because as far as I'm concerned, Brazil has qualified for the World Cup, but look at big time players still want to go and play anytime their country is playing. Gabriel, my Arsenal defender, got an injury. Playing what, Angola or something? I don't know what tournament. I'm sure it's a friendly or something. The World Cup hasn't started. Brazil have already qualified. So why would Gabriel want to go and play again? But he went. The same thing with other national teams. The England squad, it's a thing of pride. It's a thing of pride that you're called to play in the 3 Lion Kings or whatever they call their names. And if they don't call you, it will be a big news. Splash all over the social media that this person was not called up. That's to tell you how important they take it. But in Nigeria, they saw people that will go, they know themselves, the same list, year in, year out, the same people. They go in and they do the same silly thing. That's why they say the true definition of a foolish person or a fool is the person doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Nigeria is that true definition. I saw these things. I saw this crash from a mile away. Even if we had managed to meander ourselves and qualify, is this what we want to go and play in the World Cup? I said Kazakhstan almost beat Belgium. Is this what we want to go and play? Where we have likes of Spain, Argentina, Brazil, all these big names. Not just names, people that are really, really showing that they are hungry. They want to win back to back to back. They want to keep winning. They are very serious. We have new names coming in, doing well. And you are here in Africa. Still Giant of Africa, Super Eagles. They need to change that name. They need to change that name to Nigerian Football Club. They need to change that name because that Super Eagle thing is getting into their head. I think it's like a curse or something. The NFL, for goodness sake, do something. Look it to the local league. Bring some boys. There are some hungry boys. Leave these international based players alone. Leave them alone. It is better we go with young boys. Just start a program. Say we'll take young boys that will be, we want to promote and push them out and sell and make money. Let them. If it was local boys that went and did this nonsense and lost, yes, we would like, yeah, we're giving people a chance. I thought do that. Leave all these so-called big names. They're already making too much money. They don't care. Almost all of them will be on their private jets back to their various club, and you see how they will play when the international break is over. It's very, very pathetic. It's very heartbreaking. But again, hey, listen. I'll go support my country, second country. I hope we win it. I hope we go far. I hope we do well. Either way, it's going to be a wonderful World Cup. Nigeria, you guys just have to wait for 2030. By then, I will have like maybe more white hair or whatever here. God keeping us alive. Maybe next time they'll take it serious and know that the group stage, you make your business from the very first game. You hit it home running, ground running, qualify and move. Let this be a lesson. Peace out.